That term. Originator Zero. Could that be OZ, perhaps?
Milliam and Altina!
In the beginning, this land housed two of the Septarian. The Arc Rouge, Septarian of fire and wielder of fierce power. The Lost Zem, Septarian of earth and bearer of unyielding endurance. Each assumed the form of a colossal guardian and went about granting boons and performing miracles for its people. For a few centuries, the land of Erebonia prospered, but eventually, its people began to vie for power and control. The Septarians had always granted their people's wishes, but now, their peoples each wished for the other's destruction. And so, the two colossi began fighting. Their battle ravaged the earth and split the sky, devastating the entire region. The humans tried to stop them, but it was in vain. The Septarians' fight continued 1,000 days, scorching the land black. When the battle ended at long last, it was a tie. Exhausting their power in one final strike, the two Septarian were blown away, left as nothing but empty shells. Yet the tale did not end there.
The power expelled by each Septarian collided and became one.
That's the great power.
Resulting in the creation of an entirely new entity. The Great One.
Oh yeah, the Great One.
The Septarian of Steel.
Okay.
It was an existence created from the union of fire and earth. It was beyond anything else in this realm. It was the ultimate source of power. Though things seemed fine at first, the survivors of the war soon realized the eternal conflict within it. They knew this conflict would cause it to grow ever more unstable, and that it was not something that could be handled by mankind.
With the Holy Beast's assistance, the kins of fire and earth joined together to see the Great One sealed away. However, each of their attempts ended in failure. Left with no other options, they resorted to their final plan. The Great One would remain whole in the higher plane, yet its physical incarnation in this world split into numerous shards.
So those are the Divine Knights.
It was this final gambit that saw disaster averted.
Indeed. Their combined efforts bore fruit. The kin of Earth created 7 vessels, while the kin of Fire split the Great One's power and infused each vessel with a part of it.
Yep, the Divine Knights.
7 dolls in the form of knights, each bearing the Great One's power, the Divine Knights.
Yeah, I don't think this would come as a surprise to Reen. He knows it. Okay, Kin of Fire became the Hexen clan and Kin of Earth became the Gnomes. Alright. Okay.
"900 years ago, Heimdall was a small city of only about 50,000 people. However, it was one of the burgeoning centers of culture for the region. The Septian Church had finished construction on the Heimdall Cathedral, and there were plans to develop the city even further. But it was then the Dark Dragon appeared, blanketing Heimdall in miasma and transforming it into a city of the dead. Emperor Astorius chose to lead his people south and made St. Arc the new capital of Erebonia.
In helping Emperor Astorius deal with this crisis, the Hexen clan and gnomes each suffered substantial losses. The Hexen clan lost its elder, and the gnomes their holy beast. And so ended their alliance. The final time they spoke would be a century later, It was when Emperor Hector awakened the Vermilion Knight to reclaim Heimdall from the Dark Dragon. He did so at the urging of the chief of the gnomes and the new elder of the Hexen clan, myself.
Okay.
However, the Emperor fell to the Dark Dragon's miasma, and the Vermilion Knight to its curse. The Emperor's son had the chief of the gnomes and myself seal the cursed knight deep below the Imperial Palace. That would be the last act our two clans performed together. I do not know why, but the gnomes cut off contact with our clan and hid themselves away. In the 800 years that followed, whenever war struck Erebonia, a divine knight would enter the stage, demonstrate its might, then vanish. I was certain the gnomes were involved, yet all we could do was guide awakeners on the proper course. This unending pattern reached its most fevered peak 250 years ago during the War of the Lions. The false Emperor Orthros unearthed the cursed Vermilion Knight, and a mercenary under Prince Lucius' employ awakened the Palatinate Knight. Prince Dreichels found the Ashen Knight, and Leanne, the Argent Knight.
Argent Knight,
The four awakened at once, made for a grand war indeed.
All right. Challenge the apocalypse only. Oh, so she was defeated by the Vermilion Knight. All right. Okay. I witnessed her revival. Whoa. All right. Yep. He's still been growing since graduating. Alright. Black Alberic. The Great Twilight. We discovered an anomaly, okay. Only serve to further increase the distortions. Let me guess, the distortion started at Hummel. Okay. Alright. Maybe that's the Chancellor's goal, to spread this distortion. One other acting agent. Okay. We finally decoded the black records that you found. Oh, the 7th one. Alright. So I guess this is the 7th Black Records. Yeah, I was
When
wondering.
the sacrifice is made and the ancient blood flows, the path to the Grawl of Erebos shall open.
The ancient blood flows would be the Emperor's blood?
When the tainted holy beast is pierced by the blade of World's End, and its blood fills the Grawl, the great twilight shall fall upon the land.
Alright. Yep. Related to the Deception Church and the Tainted Holy Beast. The Vermilion Knight. There's a sacred place beneath this cathedral, the Primal Ground, a facility that was designed to play a major role after the Great Collapse. Okay. It's likely the Holy Beast of Earth. All right. The Originator Zero. What?
Muse?
Is something the matter?
Oh?
You realize something?
Right now, we need any straw we can grasp at.
Anything at all could help, no matter how small.
Yes, you're right.
What?
That term. Originator Zero. Could that be OZ, perhaps?
Milliam and Altina!
That's what the Black Workshop called Milliam and Altina.
They're model numbers. OZ.
Oh, what are you talking about?
So you finally made it.
Vita?
That voice. Vita! Ah, so the prodigal granddaughter returns.
Misty, Vita.
I heard you had been acting on your own.
Nice to see you again, grandmother. Emma, Celine, and Class 7 too. And thank you for mediating, Mr. Lysander.
Oh, don't even mention it. It always breaks my heart to see a family torn apart so.
Oh man.
Why? You really don't plan on ever coming back, do you?
That's correct. As I said before, my allegiance will forever lie with the Grandmaster.
But you've been banished.
I can't return to you and grandmother. I can never go back to the way I used to be. Just like the Steel Maiden.
Seriously, who even is this Grandmaster person?
I have no clue. But it is clear she is quite taken with them. So do tell, Vita. If you have not decided to return to us, why show yourself now? Has Ouroboros finally decided upon its course of action?
Yes. After our experiments with the 3 ions, the 6 other Anguis came to a unanimous decision. They decided to ignore my warning.
Okay.
They will work with the Chancellor and the Gnomes to bring about the Great Twilight, completing the Phantasmal Blaze plan.
Well, so much for the triple threat. I always thought that the Chancellor and the Gnomes versus Ouroboros versus Class 7. But now they decided to work together. Jesus Christ.
So that's how it is. The reason Ouroboros was so quiet the past month wasn't because they left Erebonia.
It was to carry out their plan and determine whether they should work alongside enemies and traitors.
How can that be? If that were the case, it means...
They're all our enemies?
Yep.
Is this?
It's not the cathedral's bell.
Huh? I think I recognize it from Crossbell.
Ooh, the Stargazer Tower Bell.
You do?
Yeah, I'm sure of it. I remember hearing it right before the incidents in Crossbell, when we were still independent. Oh, the one from the museum!
The bell from Stargazer's tower? But the sound's coming from a different direction than the museum.
It was moved.
The Phantasmal Blaze plan. What a fitting name. I wonder how much of this she foresaw.
That is quite enough mumbling to yourself. If you know what is going on, show us!
It'll be a bit tough without Grianos. I'll need your help, Grandmother. Emma, Celine, you too.
Yes! Ugh, I'm not your slave.
Okay. So they're gonna do this projection thing. Where's that? Where's that? Ah, the villa? Corel Imperial Villa? Is it? Yeah, it's Corel Imperial Villa. Ooh, there's Campy and what's her name? Stallrudder? Jesus Christ. Ooh. Is that the Vermilion Knight? Okay, there's Zephyr and the Red Constellation. Ooh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What the hell happened to Ali? Oh, even Sharon's here. Where's Ali? Hey, 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 hey! And there's George. So everyone's working together to bring about this great Twilight thing.
Now then, let us say we celebrate the continuation of the Phantasmal Blaze plan by ringing in the Great Twilight.
What?
I, Enforcer number 0, the Fool, shall play the opening note.
What the hell's the Phantasmal Blaze plan? Are they gonna awaken the Imperial Villa 500 Arch Point? Alright. Ooh, okay. What's that? Is that the Holy Beast? Kinda looks like a Zergling. They brought a piece of the Vermilion Knight. Is it the Vermilion Knight? Oh, damn. Holy crap, what the hell is that? So everyone's here.
Check that out!
Huh. Sure is something.
Well, how about that?
So, the beginning of the end, is it?
Deja vu. The Grawl of Erebos. Just as the Black Records foretold.
What the hell do you plan to
The
do here?
crypt where the great power will be reborn.
Reen. Eustace.
Couldn't have guessed this is how my day would turn out when I woke up this morning.
Okay.
Let us begin.
What the hell?
It is time. Chief of the Gnomes and head of the workshop, show me the way, Black Alberic.
Alberic of the Black Demise.
As you wish, my lord.
Who the hell is that? Angelica knows him. And there's George. Okay, there's Zephyr and the Red Constellation. I think they're gonna stand guard. What the hell? What the freaking hell? What the hell is that?
Rufus. Millium.
Was that Allie?
Yes. But why?
Boss, Zeno, and Leo.
Azure Siegfried. And that guy in the lab coat. Isn't that...
The blazing demon and the fool were there as well.
The lab coat. Who's in the lab coat? George?
So that's the maiden.
Why? We just spoke this morning and...
No way.
What's going on?
Lisa.
That man's name was Lumen or something like that, right? His hair looked different.
What?
Franz Lumen.
Franz?
The first disciple of G. Schmidt, and the deceased husband of the Reinford Group's chairman.
What? Oh, man.
Also known as Franz Reinford.
Elisa's father.
Ah, so he has been lurking in the shadows these past 20 years.
20 years?
Perhaps for the sake of working with the Chancellor to engineer this very moment.
Elisa!
Why though?
Snap out of it! Now's not the time! As a bracer, I can't just sit here and let them pull off whatever that Twilight crap is they're planning. How about all of you?
She's right. We can't stop here.
We gathered together to do whatever we could to help. Our goal remains unchanged.
Yep, true.
Elisa, let's go.
Yeah.
Well, Vita, what will you do now?
Well, I'd like to charge in there alongside the rest of you, mostly out of spite. Unfortunately, I suspect things won't be quite that easy.
What do you...
Something's...
There's a turbulent swirl in the mana.
Whoa.
Was that?
I believe so.
Hello and thank you for making it this far in the video. If you liked it, hit that like button, and to be updated with future content, hit subscribe and the notification bell. Links to my social media are in the description down below, and if you fancy some more videos, you can check out this playlist. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the continuation of this video series.